So lately, a lot of my friends have been having babies, and with babies come baby names. And it's always really interesting to see why a human would name a tiny human what they named them. So how many of you here are parents and you actually named a tiny human before? Oh wow, okay, that's a lot of people. So you probably have experienced this. I just had this curiosity. You know, Dad, why did you name me? Mom, why did you name me Priscilla? And then the story continued. So it actually turns out that my parents, you know, they were making me when technology wasn't so advanced. They had no idea if I was going to be a boy or a girl. So the entire time, for the 9 months that my mom's belly was growing, my dad would always talk to my dad. My dad would talk to my mom's belly, saying, "Moses, when are you going to come out? Come on, Moses. You got like 2 more months to come out," or something like that. And I was just like, the entire time you thought I was going to be a boy. Why were you going to name me Moses out of all the boy names out there? You know, that's kind of I've never run into a person named Moses before in my life. Have any of you guys run into a person named Moses before? You have, okay, that's cool. So the main reason why my dad chose Moses as a name is because he actually went to school to study this book called the Bible. And in the Bible, there's this character named Moses. And Moses was, I don't know, I guess Moses kind of caught my dad's attention. I was like, "Dad, why did you care so much about this guy named Moses?" He goes, "Well, there are several reasons why. I wanted my first kid to be like Moses. First of all, Moses was very educated. Secondly, whenever Moses had like a strong voice from his conscience, he would listen to it. And third, he was also very persistent, as you can tell from the story." So I'm not going to go into all the details of it, but I'll give you like some bits and pieces of the story of Moses. So it starts off in like ancient Egypt. There are all these Hebrews that were working under Pharaoh. And one day Pharaoh was like, "Oh, let's just kill off all the baby boys." And Moses' mom was like, "No, let's not do that." So then she weaves a basket and puts Moses into the basket and then puts the basket into the Nile River, and the Nile River just kind of flows down. And so finally Pharaoh's daughter picks it up and goes, "Oh, there's a baby here. Oh, it's one of the Hebrews. That's okay, I'll still raise the baby. And I'm going to name the baby Moses because in Hebrew it means I drew this person out of the water. Like it comes out of the water." So one of the things that makes Moses really different from the Hebrews is that he was raised with the Egyptians. He was raised with the Egyptian culture. He was raised with Egyptian knowledge. So he was not only educated, but his living was with the wealthy. And so that was one thing that my dad appreciated about Moses. Like he became useful to whatever he was told to do because he was educated with the knowledge of the world. Now it doesn't necessarily mean you're like living in the world doing everything that the world is doing, but you just take the knowledge that's given to you and you use it for good. The second thing that Moses, okay, so I guess later on in the story, he had to leave Egypt. So he left Egypt and he was in the wilderness. Another thing that caught my dad's attention is that when Moses was in the wilderness, he found a bush that was burning. But the interesting thing about the bush is that even though it was burning, the bush wasn't actually burning. Like, it basically was like denying the laws of physics. Because like in the physical world that we're in right now, like if you set forest on fires, you don't burn down, right? But what Moses saw was the bush and it wasn't burning. And so one of the things that my dad really liked about that was, you know, sometimes when things go out of the ordinary, that might be coming up in your life, you know, for a reason. You might want to pay attention to that. So anyways, outside of this bush, I don't know what you want me to call it, like the conscience, the Hebrews would say God, you know, they were, basically the bush asked Moses to go back to Egypt and go in front of Pharaoh and say, "Let my people go." And so I found that really interesting because that's kind of like us going up to the president and going, "Stop taxing us. Just like, give us our paycheck all together. Like, you know, the 5,000 or however much money you make every single month. No taxes at all. Just give it to us, you know, the way it is." Because, you know, the Egyptian government at that time just relied on the Hebrew slaves. So, anyways, long story short, Moses went ahead and did that. He went in front of Pharaoh and was like, okay, let my people go. And then Pharaoh was like, no. And it happened like 10 times. So basically, Moses was also very persistent. Like whatever he wanted to do, he just did it. And he did it with confidence. And that's what my dad also wanted his first child to be. Do it with confidence. Regardless of all the obstacles that get in the way, just do it. Okay, I guess the last thing, and eventually Pharaoh let his people go. And then they went out into the wilderness. And they just held a feast. They were like happy every day, almost. Okay. The last thing that my dad really, one of the last things that I appreciated about Moses is that he was persistent, he was educated, and he really spent the time to just, be alone and contemplate life. But then I came out. I was a girl. Then my dad was like, okay, well I still like all the characters of Moses, so let's look into another Bible story. Okay, well I really appreciate Priscilla because she was a really good teacher. Like she and her husband, whenever they found somebody that like wasn't exactly teaching the right thing, they weren't as educated or knowledgeable about what they were talking about, Priscilla and her husband would like bring them into their house and kind of, educate them a bit in a nice way, in the comforts of their home. So they always opened their home to allow people to come in and meet, be accommodating, friendly and loving. And so I came out, and my name is Priscilla. So the backstory is my dad thought I was gonna be a boy. I was about to be named Moses. Came out. I was like, okay, what's a female name that would still accomplish everything that I would want from a first child as if it was Moses? It would be Priscilla. And so today, I was a tiny human being, but now I'm not a tiny human being. My name is Priscilla. That's about it.